Circle. I'm Allison.
And I'm Liz.
And we are excited to be here. We got the idea for our, I guess I should say how we know each other.
Yeah,
first.
Let's do that.
Okay. So I'm originally from Wisconsin, but we've lived in Houston for, I think, a total of 9 years. 2 years away in Florida, but now we're back. So I think it's 7 to 9 years total being here.
The time just really, it's hard to keep track of.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. So I'm from Salt Lake City originally, and moved around a little bit and landed in Houston about 5 years ago. 4 or 5 years ago, whenever Harvey was. That's my timeline.
Right before Harvey. Disaster?
When did that disaster and that launched my whole life in Houston? It was one disaster after another.
It's been a list of disasters since then. So here we are.
Here
5
we
years
are
later
in Texas, but I like living in Texas.
Oh yeah. I mean, we love it. We obviously moved away and moved right back as soon as we could. So we are definitely big fans. We're big fans.
Yeah.
We're into
Surprisingly,
it. Yeah.
It took me by surprise, but it's a pretty cool place to live for sure.
And then we've been friends for, how long have we been friends?
Gosh. Well, probably about 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we met at the Y.
Yeah, YMCA Lemon Creek on the dance floor.
Allison was already the queen bee, and
no, just the tallest person there. I don't know why that turns into being the queen bee because you're just the tallest person in the room.
Command the room. And then we were all we were raising our kids. We had our little kids, and we would spend all this time on the playground, and the kids running around, and we'd go to hip hop, and we would let our kids play, and that's how we got to be friends.
Yeah. And it's been I've been very, very fortunate to have the friendship that I have with Liz and our other girlfriends, because it is such a close-knit, authentic group of women where we can really be ourselves and share the highs and lows and not have to put on airs for anybody. And that having those kinds of friendships in my life has been super valuable, because as we all know, the last couple years have been a roller coaster of emotions, I think, for everybody for a lot of different reasons. So
for sure.
So understanding the value of those kinds of authentic connections is kind of where we got the idea of starting the Outer Circle, because wanting to be able to help other women also forge those meaningful connections, and really get away from this kind of surface social media persona that a lot of us carry, but being able to really have deep, meaningful relationships with people, because they are super valuable, and that's what I think we're made for, is connections. So
for sure. And being able to just be authentic and not trying to act out a role. We come from very different backgrounds. We obviously have very different style.
Slightly
different. But it's all about just kind of connecting, not on a superficial level, but valuing those relationships. And I think that's where you and I are so similar and so passionate. And I think it gets really discouraging to see so much inauthentic representations of women and forming connections virtually and in person that just don't really mean anything. And I think the pandemic, in our friend group specifically, but we got very, very selective about who we spent time with and the quality of those relationships and the things that we talked about and the ways that we grew together. And so I just think that there are a lot of people out there that are like us, like that, and just are longing for realness and authenticity.
Yeah.
So that's a huge thing for both you and I know.
Totally. And wanting to step away from the idea that okay, this is a mom group where we're gonna make you feel like you're not doing enough, or this is but really making it a space for all women, doing things in the community where we have an opportunity to connect and really get to know each other. But also taking away, this is another thing that, you're not doing as a woman, and this is another thing that, you need to add to your plate, but just understanding like whether you're a mom, whether you have kids, don't have kids, you know, regardless of your age group, like there's things that we all have that are valuable to share, and really like providing a space for that, not for women that look a certain way, or for women that like these little like subgroups that you feel like you have to fit into, but like this is a place for everyone. And it's like, let's just have conversations about difficulty in marriages, you know, mental health and motherhood, like all kinds of different topics that don't really showcase perfection. You know, it's like, what are we actually struggling with? What are we actually going through? And just kind of just being more open and honest, and having a space where we feel like we can do that, to help make those connections, I think, with other women.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today. We're really excited to share and start this space with you guys.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and I'm really excited to see where we go from here.
Yeah.
Don't forget to follow us on our socials, theoutercircletx on...
Yeah, we're on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. So check us all out there. And don't forget, with The Outer Circle,
if you're feeling out, you're in.
Down the boulevard, I wanna fall through the stars. Getting lost in the dark is my favorite.